the top performer you need to fire today. Building an organization that can scale involves many rites of passage, tough decisions that will threaten to derail your progress. The first, and for many founders and leaders, the most difficult, is firing the people who stand in your way. The need to do this, to remove people who were previously top performers, maybe even superstars, happens for the most mundane of reasons: complexity and the need to respond to it. Here's why that is. In the transition from being a highly flexible, turn-on-a-dime, fast-growing small business to a medium or large-sized, scalable business, there comes a point when it's necessary to put in place systems and processes. These are required to ensure consistency and reduce risk in the newly complex organization. There's no rocket science involved here. The systems and processes themselves are usually relatively straightforward, and their need eventually becomes blindingly obvious once the smaller organization grows to the point that without them, it begins to drop the ball and make expensive mistakes. It's just inevitable that when you grow, there comes a point when you need enterprise-wide systems and processes to keep the train on the track. Things like HR, quality control, standard operating procedures, all things that previously would just have got in the way, but which now are needed to overcome the chaos of complexity. To the founder, owner, or leader, the path seems simple. Install the required systems and processes, get through this brief period of whitewater, then grow the organization to new heights using the newly installed systems and processes as a solid bedrock for doing so. Meet the maverick big dog. Except there's usually one person, sometimes more than one, for whom this isn't so obvious or simple. The maverick big dog. MBD. Big dogs are the hard-charging, get-it-done operators who work every hour God sends and some to build the success of the business in the early days. Hard-working, loyal to a fault, and powerfully effective, the big dog quickly builds sweat equity with the founding leaders by sheer effort. Most visionary leaders have at least one big dog without whom they know they would not, could not have built their now successful organization. Big dogs are good, universally so in the early days of growth. But once the organization grows and becomes more complex, some big dogs, the maverick, independent-minded big dogs in particular, switch from being a great asset to being a painful liability, losing their religion. For maverick big dogs, the imposition of systems and processes does two things, both of which for them is incredibly painful. It greatly dilutes their previously hard-earned freedom and autonomy, and it threatens their special relationship with the leadership group. Before, the MBDs came and went much as they pleased. They were at the top of the totem pole and occupied a special place in the organization, one that they had carved out through hard work and sacrifice. They could essentially set their own agenda, safe in the knowledge that the strong bond of loyalty they had built with the founder-owner protected them from anyone else's interference. Now, with the new systems and processes in place, the maverick big dog is expected to complete the same forms, attend the same meetings, submit the same reports as everyone else. And guess what? They hate it. Now, let me be clear. The problem for the founder, owner, or leader isn't in itself the existence of a highly disgruntled big dog. It's the resulting threat to the entire organization. Because at their worst, MBDs don't just buckle down and work through the new situation they find themselves in. Instead, they rankle at the process-driven, cross-functional approach that's required. They cavil, whine, whinge, complain, undermine, and generally make life difficult for everyone working with and around them. They cause dissension, build an insurgent group of like-minded people, and force into the organization's culture a new and incredibly destructive them and us mindset. By their acts you shall know them. Signs that you have a maverick big dog on your hands include hearing the following. We never get anything done around here anymore. All we do is have endless meetings. What do you want me to do? Sit in meetings all day or get, insert important task, done? Back in the day, things used to be different. I can't sit around filling in forms all day. Don't you know I have an actual job to do? We're not who we used to be. We've lost our family feeling, soul, culture. Nobody respects the old ways of doing things anymore. Despite all of this, there are a lot of reasons to put up with a maverick big dog. 1, they're highly effective operators. 2, they bailed you out many times during the early days. 3, they had a close relationship with you and may still do so. 4, you can't help loving their dedication and work ethic. 5, there's an element of truth in some of their complaints. 6, you're afraid to lose them to the competition. 7, you think you can coach them through the transition. You can't. MBDs don't change their spots. You'll be faced with some or all of these dilemmas while you ponder what to do with them. But there's only one solution if you're going to build a scalable organization. Fire the maverick big dog that's holding you back. What about you? Have you had to deal with a maverick big dog? How did it work out? Let me know in the comments below.